January 20th is a day full of events that will hold the American public's attention. The presidential inauguration, the College Football National Championship. But there is a holiday that should not be used in vain, and that's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Hey, a day off's a day off. But if you can, take some time to learn what Dr. King was really about.
MLK Day is a federal holiday. You might hear politicians reference Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech or see federal agencies share a social media post honoring Dr. King. While easy to dismiss, during his lifetime, these same agencies were once enemies of Dr. King, often spending efforts to discredit his work and the civil rights movement. Days after King was assassinated in 1968, civil rights activists spent decades for MLK Day to be recognized as a national holiday. Many states failed to recognize the holiday. Texas was one of the last states to make MLK Day a state holiday, doing so in 1991.
So how should the holiday be spent? In 1983, Coretta Scott King provided a guide in the Washington Post for how the holiday honoring her husband should be perceived. Here's what Ms. King recommended.
Do identify and display images of King in non-traditional settings. Search the internet and picture books for images of King as a student in a classroom setting, in a library, relaxing with his family, reading a book, eating a meal, laughing, or participating in some other leisurely activity. Don't forget that King's message went beyond black and white. He also dealt with issues of gender stereotypes, poverty, and privilege. Don't overuse the more famous King speeches like I Have a Dream and I've Been to the Mountaintop. If they're your favorites, use higher levels of critical thinking to engage your students in dialogue and activities. Move beyond the quotes. Do acknowledge that racism, bias, and inequalities are ever present. As you include community perceptions about King and the struggle for civil rights, the voice of intolerance may be heard.
Reporting, Marley Mellon.